Oh man, did she take advantage of her credit card? How's it going? It's me, the Credit Crusader, down here in the Big Easy, New Orleans, on Fat Tuesday. I just want to take this time to let you guys know about some great credit builder accounts and also ways that you can build your CPN or credit profile without getting a lot of hard inquiries. Stay tuned. All right, guys, here's the skinny. I'd like to preface this video by saying, if you don't have a score in your profile yet, you're gonna need to get one. Now, the easiest way to achieve this is to buy a trade line. Now, when it comes to trade lines, I'm talking small. So that'll maybe set you back about 200 bucks. That way, when you go to apply for this stuff, you'll have a score and you'll get approved. First card I'm gonna talk about is Victoria's Secret. Now, I made a video about that card, so if you want to know about that card, you go ahead and just watch that video. The next account I'd like to talk about is Self-Lender. Now, I know you guys know about Self-Lender, but there's some things you may not know. Self-Lender, there's no hard inquiry. Self-Lender reports as a loan, not a credit card. Self-Lender is basically, it's a loan builder loan. You apply for the loan, they put a designated amount of money in a savings account. You don't get the money up front, and then you make payments towards it. Once the payments are done and you've paid the loan off, you get the money at the end. Now, a little trick that I learned is after about 3 to 4 months, they'll let you pay the loan off in its entirety. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, when you have a loan that's on your account that's paid in full, that looks great on a credit profile. That is what you want. Now listen, if people are trying to apply for Self-Lender with a CPN, I've noticed that they're starting to ask for documents a lot more often. So what can happen is that they'll let you open the account, but then they'll ask for documents, and if you don't give it to them, they'll close the account. Now when they close the account though, they just pay the account off and then close it as paid in full. So it still may not be a bad idea to try to hit them up just to get an account on your profile that's paid in full. Another thing they have is they have an actual secured card. Now, again, the secured card, you can get this without getting a hard inquiry. The name of the game is to try to get as many accounts on your profile as you can with the least amount of hard inquiries. Their secured credit card reports to, I believe, all 3 credit bureaus, and it would be another account on your profile if you choose to get it. I do recommend Self-Lender, and I have a link in the description of this video. The next account I'd like to talk about is Credit Strong. Now, I believe that the people with Credit Strong were affiliated with the people at Self-Lender or vice versa. It's basically the same kind of deal where you get a secured loan. It reports as a secured loan. You make payments towards the loan, and then at the end you get the money. The difference with them is I believe they're a little more lenient when it comes to CPNs. I'm going to have a link for them in the comments and description too. Moving right along to Credit Builder Credit Card. Now, the Credit Builder Credit Card is new on the scene, and I know for a fact that Mike and Val from Wholesale Trade Lines are involved in it. I have not personally heard or seen anything with this account, but just for the simple fact that I don't trust them, I would not recommend this card. The next credit card I'd like to talk about or account is the Discover Secured card. Now, I'm bringing this card up because it's got a great little feature that allows you to see if you're pre-qualified for the card before you go and apply. If you do apply for this card though, you will get a hard inquiry. But you can kind of check and see where you're at by typing in Discover Credit Card Pre-Qualification and hitting that link and entering your information in the pre-qualification area and seeing what it comes back with. If it says you're pre-qualified for the card, that's a pretty good indicator you're going to get approved. The Discover credit card is cool because if you choose to start the account with, let's just say the lowest is $200, you can up that by giving them more money and increasing their limit. So it's a great card to have. They also will turn it into an unsecured card after about 8 months. So Discover is one of those cards that the secured card that is the fastest turning into an actual unsecured card. The Citibank Secured card is another card that's easy to get. They're not like Discover with being able to add to the limit by giving them more money, but they're still a good posting card in a major bank. They do have a hard inquiry when you apply for this, so make sure that if you want this card, you're going to know that you're going to get that hard inquiry in order to get it. The next card I'd like to talk about is CreditOne. Now, CreditOne, they're really a subprime lending company. I do not really recommend them only because they're going to give you a small limit. You're going to get a hard inquiry doing so. It's just really not, in my opinion, the greatest card to get. Yes, it is easy to get, but I believe there are better cards out there in order when you're trying to build your credit than them. The next account I'd like to talk about is My Jewelers. Now this is a really good account to have because they're going to give you $5,000 unsecured. One of the only problems is you got to spend it at My Jewelers, and it's going to cost you a hard inquiry, and you're going to need to spend, I believe it's $105. You need to buy a certain amount of items in order to get the card. It's a good primary to have on your account, so I would definitely recommend it. Now, I've heard people trying to get this card with a CPN have been having pushback, but I've also heard that they're able to get it. So I guess if you're one of the folks that have a CPN that are trying to build it, you got to test out the waters. In closing, a pre-qualification is no guarantee you're going to get approved, but it's a good indicator your information's in the system and that your chances are really good. If any of you guys have had any experience with these credit builder accounts, go ahead and leave comments below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Crusader out.